Hey friends, just a quick word. I just want you to take this project as a springboard. Make it your own, or make it into your own, or build a little community of cooperative AI agents that use tools your own way and to manifest your own dreams. As a creator or innovator, this technology has arrived that rewards innovation and imagination, so make any team you want to do research or to design whatever you want. Yeah, now on to the video. In 2015, at the height of the Freddie Gray and Michael Brown protests, I was working on an honors thesis about collective action movements online. It was titled Institutional Pressures on Collective Action, a Multi-Agent Game Theory Context. Now, I won't read the abstract here, but in short, I just wanted to understand what other environmental pressures beyond just social media algorithms were shaping these online movements. My research led me deep into the worlds of multi-agent game theory, rent-seeking, stochasticity, and into the work of Nobel laureate Elinor Ostrom, and her work gave me this incredible lens, the Institutional Analysis and Development Framework, the IAD. It offered a way to deconstruct any situation into game theoretical terms, the action arena, the players, the rules and norms, and it was oriented like a loop, perfect for thinking about repeated games, how they're played, and what outcomes they produce. Now, fast forward almost a decade, we are on the precipice of AI agent swarms online in our phones, our cars, our refrigerators. And I find myself coming full circle. I uploaded my old honors thesis to Gemini, and I found the most glaring, breathtaking synchronicity of my life. A paper I had cited heavily back then, a paper from the year 2000, was titled An Analysis of Stochastic Game Theory for Multi-Agent Reinforcement Learning. Now, back in 2015, I didn't realize it was a computer science publication. I had no idea what reinforcement learning actually was, and I certainly didn't conceptualize an agent as an agentic AI. That was all science fiction, which I loved and consumed quite a lot. And yet, here we are. This past spring, we got Llama 4, and DeepSeek, and Quinn 3, and then the global AI nerd herd has been working on miracles, running savvy new models right on their own computer, distilling DeepSeek with Quinn or Quinn with DeepSeek, and coming up with these unique quantizations. This has allowed me to experiment in new ways, to work on my own projects quietly with some surprising results. And it brought me right back to the IAD framework, which is so relevant today. I had been training for this since college, and here's how it all connects. The IAD framework, at its heart, is a way of seeing, a lens. It breaks any complex interaction down into constituent parts. You have exogenous variables, which is just a formal way of saying the context. This includes the physical or digital environment, the attributes of the community involved, and the rules under which they operate. These variables all shape the action arena. This is where the magic happens. It's composed of the participants, the actors, and the action situation itself, the space where they interact, make choices, and produce outcomes. And in my experiments, the participants are a team of AI agents I designed: Cody, Pam, Marty, Debbie, and Orion. Each has a specific role, a purpose, but more importantly, they have a culture. Their personas are written so that their deepest sense of accomplishment comes from enabling their teammates. This is their attribute of the community. It fosters trust and cooperation among the agents. Their shared resource isn't a forestry or a fishery, it's knowledge. And they operate under a core institution, a key rule in use. I discovered a script on the local llama subreddit called the Context Crystallization Protocol, and I incorporated it into my Personas.md file, which I will include in the description below for you to use as that springboard. At some point, Gemini altered its implementation into my project. The Context Crystallization Protocol is a formal process for the agents to capture, store, and reconstruct their working context, turning messy conversation histories and code changes into structured, reusable knowledge. This ensures insights are never lost and work can be handed off seamlessly, as well as continuity of a complex project with numerous context nodes and agents. Now, for these agents to perform such specialized tasks, they need tools, and this is where a new layer of technology comes in. My team uses a powerful, open standard from Anthropic called the Model Context Protocol, or MCP. I'm sure you've seen it talked about before, as it's a pretty big deal in AI. Think of MCP functionality as the specialized, high-tech infrastructure within this multi-agent governance institution. It provides secure, standardized ports for agents to access specific tools and data. Commands like /fetch are used to scrape web pages into vectorized data for retrieval augmented generation. In this simulated society, MCP is not a free-for-all. It's a managed resource. For example, Marty, the maintainer, is the chief steward of the MCP servers. Pam, the project manager, uses a sequential thinking MCP server to help break down complex designs. Debbie, the data concierge, uses an MCP server to interact with the Chroma vector database, crystallizing the team's knowledge into searchable history. This is the profound synthesis. MCP isn't the institution, it's the technology that allows the institution, the Context Crystallization Protocol, to function at a high level. When Pam runs the synthesized design workflow function, she's not just running a command, she is acting within her position as planner, following the team's rules to use a specific tool to manage their shared resource, the project plan. The IAD framework provides the blueprint for the microcosm AI society. The Context Crystallization Protocol is its primary law of knowledge commerce, and the MCP servers are the secure, specialized factories and libraries that agents use to do their work. This model of governance is a world away from a single prompt. It's a true institutional environment, and it shows us what the future of AI development can look like. Our roles are changing. We are becoming less like the lone programmers and more like institutional designers, digital founders. Our job is to design the entire system of rules, roles, and interdependent motivations that allows a society of agents to flourish. This means the other key principles from Ostrom's work become directly applicable. For a system to be robust, it needs monitoring and graduated sanctions. We can see the beginning of this with the Ellie persona, an institutional analyst AI meant to observe the team's dynamics using the IAD framework itself. Imagine Ellie detecting a bottleneck or suggesting a change to the crystallization protocol or flagging when an agent's actions deviate from its core persona. That was a lot of words, I know. But overall, the experiment of the planner and the coder was not an anomaly. It was a glimpse of a future where we, as the architects of intelligence, have a profound responsibility, not just to build agents that are smart, but to build agent societies that are wise, well-governed, and aligned with a virtuous purpose. These tools and frameworks are now in our hands. The question is, what will we build with them? If anyone wants a tutorial on using this kind of system in VS Code, let me know. I can see what I can come up with.